Good evening. And today we're going to continue our discussion on working towards preparing ourselves for the year of 2025. So, as we step into a new year, it's time to cultivate some hope and to focus on our sustained mental wellness. So, a fresh start for the year often makes us feel really, really good and rejuvenated, like we have a chance to start all over. We have a chance to do some things new. We have a chance to just be better overall. So the fresh start that we have, it invites us to release fear that may have held us back and embrace a mindset of courage, trust, and optimism. So for 2024, anything that you were afraid to do and felt like you had a lot of obstacles and you just really weren't able to just step out on faith for 2024, you have a chance to do some things over for 2025, and don't let fear stop you. So we're going to talk a little bit about what it means to cultivate hope. Hope is a powerful motivator. It gives us strength during difficult times to build and sustain hope. So one of the things that we could do in order to cultivate hope is to focus on what you can control. So instead of dwelling on uncertainties, concentrate on small actionable steps that lead to progress. So you want to be able to control the controllables. There are so many things that are out of our control. But if we focus on the things that we can control, that can help us move toward our goal. And if we just do a little bit at a time, that is often more productive than trying to overwhelm ourselves with a bunch of tasks. Just take small steps, the compound effect, just doing a little bit at a time every day. Another thing that helps us to cultivate hope is when we surround ourselves with positivity. Engage with supportive people, uplifting messages and activities that bring joy and inspiration. I would encourage you to surround yourselves with friends who have similar goals and who are trying to work towards those goals, who are actively working toward goals. If you are trying to start a business, maybe you want to surround yourself with other business owners and just build a really good community. There are all types of groups and communities that you can find nowadays online. And also listening to uplifting messages. Join a church that you really like. There are so many uplifting messages on YouTube. There are so many uplifting podcasts. And just find one and connect to one that you really like and just listen to those inspirational messages every day to keep you motivated and to cultivate hope throughout the year. You want to be able to visualize success. You want to be able to imagine positive outcomes for yourself, outcomes that you desire, and then work steadily towards them. So working towards the things that you can see yourself doing positively, and any negative thoughts that come to your mind, just don't receive those negative thoughts. Romans 15:13 reminds us, may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Trusting in God allows hope to flourish even in challenging circumstances. So I'm going to give you a few strategies for your sustained mental wellness to maintain mental health throughout the year. The first thing that you want to do is to establish some routines. It is so very important to have a schedule and stick to it. So if you want to get up in the morning and make your morning very productive, starting your morning out with prayer, meditating on some scriptures, just having some time, some silent time to yourself during the morning. And if you can do that every single morning, that will make a huge difference in how the rest of your day goes. So some people want to get up and exercise in the morning, but just having consistent habits such as balanced nutrition, getting sufficient sleep every day, trying to go to bed around the same time and getting enough hours for you, because some people don't need 8 hours, even though that is technically what we all should have, 7 to 8. But some people can function on less hours, but even functioning on less hours over a period of time can be really exhausting and overwhelming for your body and your mind. And so if you are going to have those days of rest, that would be very beneficial for people who get less than 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So you just want to make sure that with your established routines, you have consistent habits, exercising regularly, having good nutrition, getting the right amount of sleep, and all of those things just provide stability for your mind and for your body. You want to be able to spend some time in prayer. You want to meditate on some scriptures, have some quiet moments, do some deep breathing. That will help to reduce stress and help to quiet your mind and just have a moment to just slow things down a little bit, because sometimes our brain can be going really, really fast. So taking that time to spend time in prayer and just slow your day down at the beginning of the day and definitely at the end of the day is very productive. You want to be able to seek connections. This is also really good for your mental wellness. Building strong relationships and spending time with loved ones helps us to have emotional resilience. And you also want to be able to set realistic goals. So you want to be aspirational in what the things that you want to do for the new year. You want to be able to think big using your gifts and talents in the marketplace. You also want to think about volunteering and spending your time to help other people. So when you set those goals, not only like we talked about yesterday, setting goals for your career or for tangible items, but also thinking about how you can help other people and how you can grow personally as a person. So working on your personal development, but also doing something else for someone else. And so making sure that you have achievable steps to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Anytime you set a goal, the thing that makes it so realistic is that it doesn't get overwhelming, because when our goals become overwhelming and we feel like it's too much, eventually sometimes people want to quit. So just having small incremental changes over time can make a really big difference. And so during this new year, I definitely want to focus a little bit about fear and overcoming fear for the new year. Fear can hold us back from pursuing our dreams and living fully, whether it's fear of failure, uncertainty, or rejection. Fear can paralyze us if it's left unchecked. And the Bible repeatedly encourages us not to be afraid. Isaiah 41:10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." So in order to let go of fear, because God has not given us a spirit of fear, we want to be courageous for 2025, because fear is the only thing this year that would keep you from achieving your goals. So we want to be able to acknowledge when we do feel afraid. We want to recognize what we're afraid of and understand why we are afraid of it. We want to understand what the source is. We want to be able to surrender that fear to God. We want to pray for strength and guidance, trusting God to lead us through any areas of uncertainty or feelings of uncertainty. And we want to be able to focus on our faith. God's plans for us are good, as Jeremiah 29:11 tells us. It assures us that he knows the plans that he has for us. And those plans are to prosper us, not to harm us, and plans to give us hope and a future. So no matter what challenges the new year may bring, stepping forward with hope and faith equips us to face anything. And so you want to let go of fear. You want to nurture your mental wellness, and you want to embrace opportunities ahead with confidence and trust that God will provide, that God does have provision for you in 2025. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful night.